Hello, hello. It's Chantel Francis here from Realness with 3 S's. And I don't know if you guys know, but I also read tarot cards. So I thought it might be kind of fun to do a little tarot card reading with the last 16 or 13 house guests still playing Big Brother Canada season 8. So we'll see what the cards have to say and see if it might be help me have some more faith in my team, or maybe give me a better idea of who I think might be the winner, who I might think are the final 3. Who knows what the cards have in store, but we'll soon see what they say. All right, so first up, we'll go with Sheldon. Oh, it's gonna jump out. So 7 is the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is generally badly bruised but not broken. I think this week, even though he didn't want to get any blood on his hands, I think it actually might not be a good week for him. It seems as though because he didn't really want to show his cards, he has really good relationships with everyone. This is why he won that particular competition, is that nobody was going after him. Nobody was against him. He was friends and buddies with everybody, that he went with some easy picks. So he went with the eliminators, and Maddie and JL won the veto competition, therefore taking themselves both basically out of the running for being a nominee. And then he put Minh-Li up on the block, who was never coming for him. And so I'm speculating also that with the feeds being shut down for the rest of until like the end of the eviction tonight, I think that is because I don't think that there is going to be any eviction tonight. I think that Minh-Li is going to stay, and I think with her staying, I think it's going to upset a lot of things in the house, and I think that he's not going to be in as good a position as he thinks he is. So when I say badly bruised but not broken, I think that he's going to have a little bit of work to do remending his relationships with people in the house, especially the 3 people that, the eliminators and Minh-Li. I think he's going to have to work a little bit more harder to get them back on his side. And I also think that it has been exposed now that he is in such a good position. So I think he has a lot of work to do. And just looking at this card on its own, I do not think that he is going to win this game. 9s are ends of the cycle, so I think he might make it far, but I don't think he's going to win. I think people are going to realize that he's doing really well. So I think that he might not take the W. So I'm just going to write down 9 of Wands just so I can see if these predictions later, if they hold any merit. I guess I should put this card back in. Next up, his right-hand lady is Brooke. So I don't know if you guys have seen yet, or if they've showed it yet on the feed or on the episodes, but it seems like there might be a little bit of a showmance happening with Brooke and Sheldon. I wonder if that's going to come into play here. Is Brooke going to take out her showmance or something dramatic? Who knows? But let's see what card is. So Temperance. Temperance is a really good card. It's from the major arcana. So these cards talk about life's major events and changes. And so this would tell me that something major is going to happen in her life. I don't know if that means the win, but it talks about balance. And I think that means that she is going to be in a good position for a lot of the game, as long as she balances her relationships with the people in the house. As she right now has Rianne staying in the house, and she is really, really scared of Rianne. She is terrified of Rianne's social game and how she's able to really interact really well with a lot of people. And so I think this Temperance card is saying, like, to balance the people that you are afraid of and the ones that you are not afraid of, and allow them both to be thinking of you as someone that they want to move forward with, as opposed to them thinking of you as someone that they need to get out. I think this is a positive card. And I think that it would say that you would get to the end, at least to jury. I think that you have a really good chance of going far. I don't think that anybody's going to be looking at Brooke specifically for a little while. There's a lot of people ahead of Brooke that would get some heat. So unless someone is coming to kind of wound Sheldon and take out Sheldon's right hand lady, I think that she has a very, very, very good chance of making it to quite deep into the game. So definitely she's making it to the jury phase of the game. And I could see her even getting to final four. I can see her getting there. And then she might be able to win out because I feel like she might do well in some of the mental comps at the end. So let's see. So we got Temperance for Brooke. Temperance. So VANESSA. I don't know why I'm doing this like Oprah voice, but that is what the quarantine is doing to me. Okay, this is for VANESSA now. VANESSA, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is generally someone that is really good with their words, good with their thoughts, good with their mind activity, with clarity. They're very decisive in their words. And this is actually very opposite to what I've recognized so far with VANESSA in the house. So I'm thinking that this means that she is going to stay aligned. I don't even know if she's with Chris or if she's with Kyle, because she shows that she's with both of them. She's just very wishy-washy, and she doesn't seem to be very straightforward in her diary room. So I don't fully know what is happening with her. I feel as though because she's become such a wild card, I think this is telling me that a male figure who has more discernment in their thoughts and ideas is going to take her out. So maybe Sheldon is going to get wise to her. Maybe Kyle will get wise to her, or even, I don't think Chris would, because I think Chris likes the attention of ladies. So maybe Kyle or Sheldon might take her out of the game. I don't think that the game that VANESSA is playing right now is strong. It's very messy, and I don't think she knows that she's being that messy. Like, I'm actually really confused by her game. Who's bothering me? Fine. And so I think she's going to be taken out by someone who is more strategically sound than she is. Her game is so messy and all over the place that strategically sound people will just want to get it out. It's kind of like if you're playing poker and you're a really good poker player and you're playing with someone that's never played before and they just make these crazy moves. It's like you just got to get them out of the game, because you can't deduce what they are going to do, and it makes it very, for me, it would be really unfun, because I like to be able to predict and plot and strategize and plan. But if you have a wild card in there, it's like it just messes up your plans. So I think that she is going to be taken out sooner than later by a man who is very strategically sound. So King of Swords. Next on the list is Sue. Ugh. Chris fell. Sue, it's Queen of Cups. This is a good card. So Queen of Cups is generally a card about compassion, about love. Queens, queens, they rule. They are the ruler of an empire, the ruler of the people. And Cups talks about emotions, relationships, and intuition. And I think that she is actually playing probably the best game right now, in my opinion, out of all the women especially. She's not on anybody's radar. A lot of people want to include her in plans and in talks. She's not in KVBS, but I think that VANESSA is going to be kicked out of KVBS soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if it became KSVS. So it'd be Kyle, Sue, Brooke, and Sheldon as a new foursome. I feel that people like her. I feel that, especially because she was on the chopping block the first week, from that twist, I think that she shows that she really wants to stay here, and she's actually putting in the work and doing the work to making really good ties and good connections with people. And I think that it being the queen, I feel like this sounds to me like she will be final two, but I don't think the winner. I think queen usually stands next to the king, and I feel like she might take the runner-up position. But I do see her going very far. I do not see anybody coming for Sue anytime soon. I think that she is standing her ground quite well right now, and I think this card is really agreeing with that sentiment. So Sue, final two is what I'm predicting here. So Queen of Cups for Sue, final two. What did I say for Vanessa? She's out soon. Brooke, jury, Sheldon, jury, or further. Next we have Carol. Like, this is basically to tell me whether or not she's going to quit or not. Now, it just really frustrates me. I understand that there's like a lot of things going on in the world that are more important than, you know, the Big Brother game. And I get that, you know, maybe not to take it too seriously, but I know so many people that would just give up almost anything to have the opportunity to be in the house. And so it's really frustrating and disheartening when somebody has taken that position away from you. Like, maybe they weren't going to get it anyways, who knows, but like, they want it and they want to be there, they want to play. And like, I would love for this to be her strategy, but it just doesn't seem like it is. And it's just kind of, it's just like, either go or just buck up and play. I read some and heard some accounts that she was saying that she thinks she at least doubled her followers. And I'm like, you came all this way to double your followers, but then to also be known as a quitter. Like, it just kind of contradicts also what she was saying before that, is that she came there trying to show that like a big girl can like come in and play. And it's like, well, you got into the house, so maybe showing that a bigger girl or whatever you're trying to prove can get into the house. But it doesn't say anything about, you know, pushing forward and trying your hardest and getting to the end and winning. So I don't know. So I'm frustrated, but let's see what the cards have to say for Miss Carol. A bunch of cards are coming out. Let me shuffle those again, because I don't think I want to spend that much time on her, to be honest. And she's on my team. Ace of Wands. So aces are about new beginnings, and wands are about passion, creativity, and you know, sometimes romance. I don't think there's any kind of romance that's going to be happening here, especially because she's in a committed relationship. But I'm wondering if this is saying that maybe Miss Carol might win a little HOH, and maybe then she will have a little bit of HOH-itis and get a little bit of a fire, you know, passion, fire. It's a fire card, these wands. A fire lit under her butt, and maybe just start wanting to be there. So this is a hopeful card for me for her. It's also, it's either today or tomorrow is the beginning of April. So that's also a new beginning for the spring season. April is a fire sign. So first day of April, Ace of Wands. Maybe this means that Miss Sue is going to turn over a new leaf and have a new attitude and a new fire and passion for this game. So this is making me hopeful, especially if she's on my team, because she is actually in the best position in the house, because nobody is suspecting her as being a threat. Everybody thinks she wants to quit, and she'll probably get to final three without doing anything. She'll be dragged there by people. So maybe this is what she needs to actually get the winning edge and allow her to be a little more excited about being in my dream. She's living my dream, and she's not wanting to be there. So get it together, Carol. You're on my team. Take home the W. I'm still going to give you a little bit of faith from this card. It's giving me a little bit of hope for your success in the game. Stay. Win. You can do it. Ace of Wands. Maybe HOH. Maddie is next. Maddie's also on my team, so I would like her to do well. Oh, so I got the 10 of Cups, but it was reversed. So 10 of Cups is generally a great card. It talks about, tens are new beginnings with lesson learned. Cups, I mentioned before, about relationships, love, intuition. It's about the happy ending and the new beginning moving forward in a positive way. Everything's kind of come together, and now you guys are going to move together in a loving capacity. It's a really great card when it's upright, but when I see cards that are blocked, this tells me that the energy is blocked. That means it could be internal or external. Since we're talking about Maddie's game specifically, I would say that the happy ending that she wants pertaining to the game is not going to happen. I think she's going to maybe survive another round, but she's an easy scapegoat right now. Rianne has better connections in the house. JL has better connections in the house. Those guys are going to stick together, especially because, there's more women in the house than men right now than men. So I really feel that the men are going to keep JL and try to do, a pretty good boys 2 thing. And so I think that Maddie could very easily be the next casualty, depending on who wins the HOH. So I do not see Maddie making it much further. And according to this card, it doesn't seem like she's going to make jury. I really want her to, though. But I just think that she's too easy for people to go for right now, and that everybody is going to hide behind the fact that the eliminators are an easy target. So they don't want to show all their cards and all their alliances and all their things that they have going on. And so I think that Maddie is going to be a casualty of convenience. I'm sorry, Maddie. Maddie, what was it? The 10 of Cups. Random. My phone just decides to start. So random. Weird. Okay, 10 of Cups reversed for Maddie. I also got Rianne, another member of the Eliminators. Eliminators are going to get eliminated. So, as I said before, Rianne and JL are in a much better position than Maddie is. Another one, the Lovers, but in reverse. So upright, this kind of talks about not necessarily like a love relationship, but it's about a relationship, like a meeting of minds. It's like a connection. I did hear or see on the feeds that Sheldon has a little bit of a kind of a crush thing on Rianne. And he wasn't allowing that to influence his decision this particular week, because he still put her up on the block with Maddie, and he was willing to have her lead because he felt that she was most dangerous. And I think now that it seems as though Sheldon and Brooke are becoming more of a thing, that I feel that Brooke, who is already really jealous and worried about Rianne, and the fact that Sheldon did have some sort of feelings towards her. I don't know if Brooke knows about them or not, but I think that the Lovers, meaning Brooke and Sheldon, are going to end up being the ones that take out Miss Rianne. Blocked energy, I just don't see her getting to the end. I was hoping that maybe because she was able to most likely make it through this week. I'm assuming that there's a non-eviction this week, so yeah. I'm assuming that she's going to stay, And actually, regardless though, even if Min was on the block beside her, I think that she would have stayed. They did make a lot. She did make a lot of deals, but I think that Brooke will have a lot of influence, and I feel like she's on the right side of a lot of numbers. And I think that she and Sheldon, or like a combination of them, or one of the other, will be able to take her out. So I do not think as though Rianne is going to make it to the end. I don't know how many we're at yet, but she might be first out jury or just right before making jury. Oh, sorry, Rianne. And it's a major arcana card, so it just says no. Lovers reversed. JL. So JL, I think, has the best chance of all the eliminators to making it farthest. He's likable. He doesn't seem threatening, even though he helped win that competition with Maddie, and it seems like he's been studying a lot of he knows really well the Expedia room. Oh, there's two cards. Let me shuffle this again. The Expedia room information. So maybe people might start thinking of him as a threat, but I think if it's smart for the guys, I think that they will be keeping him around for a bit. So jumped out. Page of Wands. It's a good card. So pages are about our messengers. Messengers, and wands are about creativity, passion, and fire. So I think that I think that it's kind of saying the fire has been lit under his butt. You know, the fire that I want lit under Miss Carol's butt. I think it has been lit under his. And I think it's going to show that he's going to do quite well. He may have to start winning out very shortly, because depending on obviously who's going to win head of household, all this stuff, that he is going to have to work a lot harder than a lot of other people to stay in the game. But I think that he is competitive enough. I think that he has the brain power that I didn't know that he had, you know, the memory. He's physical. He's a lot stronger of a player than I thought he was. And I think that he's going to get some sort of message to kick it into high gear. So it could be that the girls are gone. So maybe once Rianne and Maddie are out of the game and he's just the last eliminator standing, he's just going to beast it out and get to the end and win. But Page of Wands, I think, is a good card for JL. It doesn't scream winner to me, but it screams that he's going to do well and make it a lot further, at least than the other two girls from the eliminators. So I wish him luck. He's not on my team, but I do want, obviously, the underdogs to do well. We're coming to the people. Chris is next. Chris, I mean, he might just not have been on the episode, and I haven't really seen him that much on the feeds, but he seems to be kind of hiding in the shadows a little bit. He's not out in the forefront right now. It seems to all be Kyle. So let's see what the cards have to say about Chris's game. Well, nope. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands in reverse. So upright, this card generally talks about travel and go for it. You know, Wands said it's about your passions, your desires, movement. 8 of Wands is a forward movement card. And if it's in reverse, I would say that it is blocked. This is blocked energy. This means that, like, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Like, this particular card means your game is up, your travel is over, you are going to be stopped in your tracks. Maybe because there's a whole Expedia challenge that's going to be most likely coming up. Maybe it's going to mean that you will go out for the result of that game. If it's a head of household competition, maybe you will not win it. Someone else like JL will win it, put you up on the block, and you will go home. So yeah, this doesn't say to me that Chris is winning the game. Also seems like it would be a pre-jury. How many pre-juries do I have? 1, 2, 3. Is it going to be 7? I can't count right now. But pre-jury or just into the jury, I see, for Chris, but I think he's out sooner, pretty soon. Pretty soon. Happy about that because he's annoying. What was that? It was 8 of Wands. Reversed. Kyle, the guy that's really in the hot seat right now. Let's see. Let's see how he does. Yes. It's in reverse, so that means he's not going to win this game. I don't think. So we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are about the material world. They're about finances, usually about money, about things that are solid, things that are more so tangible, things that you can do or learn. And so this is a queen's rule, but it seems as though because it's in the reverse, that his rule is going to come to an end. And because it's talking about finances, that means he's not going to win the money. I do think he's going to go far, though. I think that he's going to at least make it to jury. He's going to get towards, medal status. So maybe he'll get to the final 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, not 1, I don't think. I do not think with this card that Kyle is going to win the game. He's going to make it a lot further. He's very protected. People want him around as a meat shield. I get it. But I do think that they are going to take him out. So I think that if I were to predict, I think he will be a final 4. I think he'll get a final 4. But he won't win. Yay. Kyle, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Hira. Now, Hira, let's see what you have to do. I feel like a win is coming up for you. Are you going to take out Kyle like sooner than jury? Whoa. Hira, the Chariot, but it was reversed. So the Chariot's with the Major Arcana. So when it's a card for the Major Arcana, I'm going to say that it could signify that you're going to do a little bit better. So I think that it's going to say that you're going to make it to jury, but reverse cards, as I've been saying, to me are saying that you're not going to win the game. If it was upright, I'd think you'd have a really good contender for a win. But as this one's talking about forward movement but making the decision to take the next step forward, allowing yourself to go on that journey, to guide yourself in the direction that you're looking out ahead, and you need to make a choice of which direction you want to go. This is what the Chariot is kind of talking about. And if it's a block, it's like you're not even making that step forward in either direction. So I feel as though your fate is not going to be to win the game, but I do feel as though Hira is going to make it to jury. And I don't know, it just popped into my head, but maybe he's a double eviction, because there's the 2 heads on the, I don't know if it doesn't show it on these cards, but usually there's 2 animals that are kind of leading the way. One's black and one's white, and so they're usually pulling the Chariot in traditional tarot cards. And so that's why I just got the flash of maybe a double eviction, but let's see. Chariot reversed. We have Angie. So Angie has been quite quiet on the feeds and in the episode. We don't really see that much of her. Let's see what the cards have to say. Also, reversed card. So pages, as I said, were messengers. Swords are about thoughts, ideas, the mind. Having mental clarity and getting mental messages and ideas, but they're blocked. So I think that you are going to have the inclination to go after the wrong person. I'm actually thinking that because you have such a feud with Min right now, and you don't seem to want to be able to move forward and get past it, even though you're a gamer. Like, I know that people are annoying. I know that she kind of targets you, and she's abrasive, and she says things that she shouldn't say, and she put the balls in your things and said she wasn't coming after you. I get it. I get why you would be annoyed with her and you don't really see eye to eye to her, and she is a bit of a meddler and she does cause some trouble. Get it. But she's also someone that you can bring in. She could also be your shield. She could also be your secret alliance. Like, maybe use that to your advantage. I think that she might be so clouded by her distrust, mistrust, and disliking of Miss Min that I think that she's not thinking clearly, and she's not thinking clearly for her game specifically, and making the right alliances. I don't think that she is in a power position. It seems that there's some inklings of an alliance between Hira and her that is kind of occurring. So that could be really interesting, maybe for the time being. But I think that she needs to have a little bit more agency in her game and kind of be less emotional about the other players in the house and be a little bit more strategic. I think that she needs more strategy and less emotion. And I think that that's what's failing her right now in her game, is that she is not making moves. She's not maneuvering this landmine of crazy players that are in the house right now. So this doesn't bode well for her. I feel maybe her and Hira are going out on the same double eviction. I'm not sure. She will probably make it to jury, but not too far in. So sorry, Angie. I wanted to have a better prediction for you, but I don't. Page of Swords, verse, jury. Minh-Li. So this is if Minh-Li is still in the house. Let's see what her fate is. I mean, I wanted her to do well because she is on my team. So hopefully she is still in this. Nope. 5 of Wands. Well, 5 of Wands. So 5s are generally about conflict, and Wands is about passion, creativities, fire. So it's like a conflict of in your creative world, but it's in reverse. So maybe that the conflict will end. So maybe this is actually a positive reverse card. She is right now combating with VANESSA kind of throwing her under the bus, and like all VANESSA's lies, she's blaming it on Min. And so Min is taking the fall for a lot of things that VANESSA is saying. I think she is becoming wise to this now. So maybe she'll be able to maneuver it, but she's going to need power to be able to do this, because everybody will vote her out if they can. I don't see her going that far, but I think that if she does end up staying in the game tonight, or she's still in the game right now, that I think that she has at least a chance to make some waves, stir things up a little bit, get out maybe a major player. But I do think that she'll always be a scapegoat. Just kind of like Maddie and Rianne, like they're just people that they know that they can put on the block and nobody's going to be upset with them going. So unless they keep on winning power back to back to back and they don't go after each other, that I don't see this game much longer for Min if she's still here. So I do think she will shake things up if she gets some power. So I'm really hoping that she or Carol, both my teammates, will win this head of household. But I do not think that she's going to win. Boom. So what's it's the 5 of Wands for Min. Reversed. So if I'm looking at all the cards, the best card actually would be Brooke's right now. She had the Temperance. I don't believe it was reversed. If it was, just scratch that. Also, the next best card would be Carol's, JL's, Sue's, everybody else is reversed. So, if I were to look at these cards, I would say that Brooke would end up winning the game unless it's a reverse card. So if it's I can't remember if it was reversed or not. I didn't write an X or an RX, so I don't think it was reversed. But if it is, then I would say that Sue, JL, or Carol is winning the game. So my top four then, regardless, are going to be Carol, Sue, Brooke, and JL will be my top four. Let's see how they all fare. I'm kind of excited. I like these tarot predictions. They're kind of fun. I can maybe do them weekly, or let's see how the responses to this one, or maybe if you guys have any ideas as to how I could use the cards to do some predictions, let me know, and I'm willing to play around with them. Who knows if they mean anything? We can go back and laugh at my misinterpretation of the cards. Who knows? Or we can go and be wowed by how accurate they were. Have no idea. But I hope you were amused and got some entertainment out of it. Happy quarantine. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Happy birthday twice. Stay indoors and let's flatten the curve. And let's pray that Big Brother Canada stays on the air as much as like they are being quarantined already. So just let them stay, and at least we can have some of our entertainment of our favorite show. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little readings. Make sure you subscribe below, hit the bell so you can be notified whenever we have any new videos. I'm Chantel Francis. You can find me at ShanFranFran or at Realness with 3 S's. So like, subscribe, ring the bell. See you soon. Bye.